Now, the Central Bank of Nigeria has asked traders to submit their bids for the Chinese Yuan in its second auction. Nkechi Ezugha, currency trader at UBA, joins us for a review of activities in Nigeria's fixed income and FX markets this week. Nkechi, thank you so much for taking the time out to join us today. Let's start with you talking us through FX trading today, especially at the I&E window and, of course, the parallel market.
Good day, Esther. At the I&E window, the prices have kind of remained stable, with the CBN intervening with the weekly intervention. And also at the parallel market, we've seen rates also stable at 360. At the I&E, rates are, as yesterday, closed at 350.57. And then we believe that with the CBN intervening, rates will still remain stable.
I know that at some point, not too long ago, there was pressure at the I&E window. We saw the Naira coming under pressure, and I suppose CBN was able to douse that by ample supply to the market. Should we expect some more pressure in the new week?
With the PFIs still selling off, there won't be much pressure because even if there is pressure, we believe the CBN is capable and will intervene and meet the demands of the FPIs, because that has been what has been pushing the sell-off pressure in the I&E window.
Now, for the global FX market, talk to us about how you're interpreting the events as they're unfolding right now.
In the global market, we've seen a lot of selling pressure, especially for the euro and the British pound, for the British pound due to Brexit uncertainties. There has been ongoing negotiations, and then there hasn't been any agreement as to how Britain will exit the EU. Negotiations are still on the table, and as we speak, there isn't any deal currently, and so that has put a lot of pressure on the British pound, and we've seen it go as low as 1.2650 levels, which is the low, which was last seen as at 2017 July. And then there are also concerns that it may go lower if no deal is actually struck. Despite the fact that we've seen positive data from the from the UK. For the euro, the developments in Turkey has actually put downward pressure on the euro because of the concerns that some European banks are actually exposed to Turkey. And that has put a lot of uncertainty, and then investors have been selling off the British pound and the euro.
There's been a lot of talk about a contagion effect, especially other emerging markets, particularly emerging market currencies. What can you tell us about that?
Yes, very true. There's kind of contagion effect because for RAN, for instance, we've seen a lot of Japanese investors who have been holding, who are long RAN. They've been selling off and at losses because the RAN too has weakened, and investors too who went long too in Turkey era have no option but to sell off because the depreciation in the currency was more than expected by the investors. So some of the investors who have actually gone long in those currencies have crystallized losses, and then that has made them exit.
Now let's bring this back home. Let's move over to the fixed income market. We're still looking at a steep yield curve. What can you tell us in terms of how the market traded this week and your forecast for the new week?
For the bond market, we continue to see sell-off because the FPIs too are also wary of the political tension, and there are also uncertainties as to what will happen. So the sell-off in the bond space may continue. Then for the treasury bill space, we saw mixed sentiments today as traders just took advantage of the arbitrage opportunity. In the new week, we expect the market to be liquid, and then sell-off may continue in the bond space. And for the fixed income, there may be little or more sell-off too, and we will likely see mixed sentiments too at the start of the week.
So when you say liquid, do you mean very liquid? And what should we expect in terms of the CBN's mop-up activities?
There will be OMO auction next week, and then the CBN will mop, but that will not actually affect, take out so much liquidity because the system is still liquid.